And here we go with the fast section. Section number 1 in the men's 5,000. We mentioned the World Championship standard. We saw 3 women hit that mark.
All right, let's go.
In our last race.
Is it not working?
For the 2019 World Championships in Doha, 13:22.50. 13:22.50 is that World Championship mark. And we are off and running here. 31 seconds through the first 200. Let's line up this field.
All right. So here we go, men's 5K underway. Technical difficulties on our interview with the champ, but we are here with another great race, men's 5K, section number 1. Isaac Kameli in this race, Sidney Getabuti from Adams State, Gerald Gerardo, Clayton Young of BYU, Connor Mance of BYU, Tyler Day of Northern Arizona, Luis Gravalva of Northern Arizona, Jordy Beamish of Northern Arizona, the indoor mile champ, Adabelle da Silva out of Brazil, Chris O'Hare, Adidas, Graham Crawford of Hoka, New Jersey, Robin Hendricks in this, Eric Jenkins of Nike Oregon Project, Justin Knight of the Reebok Boston Track Club, Sam Parsons, Adidas, Andrew Bouchard of New Balance, Ederson Pereira, Brazil, Yomif Kejelcha of Nike Oregon Project, your indoor mile world record holder, 3:47. Jordan Gooseman is in here from Tinman Elite. Kirabella Rasa, American Distance Project. Hyogo Endo is in here. Drew Hunter of Adidas and Tinman Elite. Yosef Tesema, Lopez Lamong, Nike Bowerman Track Club, and Neil Gorley, our pacer, in this race.
So the plan going into this, from what I heard, was it was supposed to be 64 seconds for 400 meters, and they were real close to that on the first lap of 65. That's Neil Gorley of the Oregon Track Club out there setting the pace, and a bit of a gap there. Arasa in second, and then the rest of the group behind. So 64. So they're doing what he was asked with Gorley and Arasa out there leading that next pack. That's Gerard Gerardo
Chris O'Hare, one of the finest middle distance runners in the world,
in third. As you see, Kameli there go wide, and Justin Knight. Yomif Kejelcha, as Ryan mentioned, 3:47 indoor mile. He's the huge favorite in this race. He's also run 12:46 for 5,000 meters. I was wondering why he was sitting off the pace.
I was like, you know what, guys, let's get with this pacer. Let's at least try to make this thing happen. Justin Knight going with him and trying to close the gap. Kirabella Rasa, the only one going with the pacer there, Neil Gurley. So,
and in that bright red there, that's Joseph Tesema with hip 23. Knight there in fourth, Tesema moving up next to him. See Drew Hunter there in the headband. Traditionally a 1,500-meter runner, but very bold about his 2019 hopes. Says he wants to run in the 13:20s this year. Ran well at USA Cross earlier this year. Looks like he's primed for a strong showing. Gorley, Arasa, Kejelcha, Tesema, and Justin Knight. Justin Knight's personal best, 13:17, comes from the 2017 edition of this meet. He was third at the BAA 5K. Obviously has World Championships experience, finished 9th in the 5,000 in London. Only raced once indoors, didn't have a good effort, but looks to be on the right track in his first pro season. Farther back there, Isaac Kameli there, you see with one. Hunter, you see they're going wide. Eric Jenkins also in this race. Made the
big pack of guys.
Made the U.S. team for London. We're all strung out there.
Looks like Gravalva and Tyler Day at the back of this pack for NAU. Excited to see Jordy Beamish in this NCAA champ after, what, a 4:06 mile PR?
That is correct, and that is something we may never see again. What an interesting stat. He's run faster in the 1,500 equivalent, but just an incredible kick, an incredible run for him. As you see on the left of your screen there, Grijalva, Beamish, and Tyler Day, the three lumberjacks, who are going to hop along for the ride here and try to get something fast. 66 was that last 400, so 13:29 pace right now. again, this is a jog for Yomif Kejelcha based on what we saw at the end of last track season and all the way through the indoors. Just took shot after world records, both in the 1500 and the mile, and eventually got it at BU with that scintillating 3:47.01, made up for the near miss at Milrose. As you see Arasa go by Neil Gorley, Kejelcha moves into second. And Andy Bouchard of Great Britain, who has plenty of championship experience himself and a 13:08 lifetime best, but he was 6th in the 5,000 in Rio and then 8th in the 5,000 with the London World Championships in 2017.
And 2K into this race already. 5:23 was the split, 64 seconds that last lap, 13:28 the current pace. As we're looking at that 13:22 and 13:13 standard with Arasa and Kejelcha 1-2.
And Kejelcha is a guy who, when rabbits step off, can obviously continue the pace and help pull this field along. Now, if he wants to make a move, he obviously can separate and put the race to bed. But if he lingers there in that 13:10-ish range, I think a lot of athletes, Ryan, are going to benefit from that as he kind of serves as that, like, second rabbit.
Sitting comfortably is Tessima there in the red. You see Lopez Lamong with the arm sleeves as they go.
65 that last lap.
65, yep. So 6:28 at 2,400 meters.
So projected 13:28. Remember that world standard 13:22.5 you see on the top of the screen.
Our NAU boys still strung out in the back of this thing. 7 minutes on the clock with 6 laps to go. Getabude is back there with our NAU boys. So you see Jordy Beamish. Can't see him on the screen right now, but he's one of the guys starting to make a move up into that pack. Tyler Day following him. Still got some ground to make up, though.
Drew Hunter and Sam Parsons making a little tin men cohort sort of in the middle of the field there, as we see Tessima now move to the front in front of Arasa. Kejelcha there running so comfortably in third.
Ooh.
Bouchard and then Geraldo.
Parsons made a move around Justin Knight and caused almost a little bump there. One guy we haven't talked to, it looks like behind Clayton Young of BYU, is Eric Jenkins.
It didn't race indoors. Actually, the last time we've seen him was on the roads in Manchester on Thanksgiving. Obviously, he has the capabilities for 13 low. Tessima leads, 5 laps to go.
So 8:06 with 5 to go. Man, the 3 from NAU, there's a little gap between them and the pack as it's starting to break up, and Beamish is leading his teammates on to the end of that pack, which is Connor Mance of BYU. You see him right now on your screen trying to make contact.
Lopez Lamong there up in the front, Olympian in 2008, Olympian 2012.
Ooh, here we go.
Has won titles in the 1,500 and the 10,000.
8:37, so 3,200, and they're going to be 64. So back down to 64s after a couple 65s, and Arasa looking around. Arasa's a fiery racer. A lot of emotion out there.
This is good. This is what they need to keep this thing going. You see Justin Knight there going wide.
Lane 3 wide.
Yeah. And we're still out in lane 3. It's still bunched up. I mean, it's quick, but not quick enough. A lot of these guys have 13:20 capabilities.
4 laps to go, 1 mile, 9:10 on the clock.
It's Geraldo at the front.
So a 4:03 is what you'd need to hit that standard for the Olympic standard. And normally that would sound pretty crazy, but for a guy like Kejelcha,
yeah, the only question is if he wants it now or wants it later. He's going to get
I mean, I think the world
13:30.
standard is probably the one you check off on your list here tonight. You know, plenty of time to run a fast 5K before the Olympic Games. So now Arasa, same place as last time, making a move up to the front.
He's
8:9:42, so 65.
Kejelcha kind of puts his hands up like, okay,
he doesn't want to lead.
Here? Yeah.
Kejelcha, yeah, so I think Arasa is going to have to be the guy to keep the pace honest, because I think Kejelcha is just going to sit and maybe make a move with a lap or two to go here.
Arasa's lifetime best, 13:23. So running right near that. If he sticks around, he could be looking at a PR here on this nice night at Payton. 3 to go.
3 to go, 10:14. Bouchard right there in third. Geraldo on the inside in fourth. Tesma right there on his outside. Still Lopez Lamong in here, right next to Justin Knight. A lot of the Tinman guys in there.
Chris O'Hare, I think, is also in that group.
It looks like now Grijalva and Beamish are off the pack. Tyler Day made the move to stay with him, but now he's a step off Connor Mann. So these guys, this pace kind of yo-yoing a little bit as they go through. 10:47, so another 65, and it's kind of an interesting 65 because they slow down, and then 50 meters before the split, they're speeding back up again. So not keeping it super consistent, so guys have to be on their toes, ready for these surges. And Arasa on the inside, Kejelcha now taking the lead and looking around as to say, all right, you gonna come?
Well, look how wide he ran. I mean, he accelerated, but he went out into lane 2. I mean, it was just clearly a move for somebody else to lead. Like, hey, if you want it, you can have it. But if not, I guess I have to take it.
11:17, so he's got to run 2:04 to be safe to get that world standard, maybe 2:05. And you're seeing the world record holder in the mile, 3:47 he ran at Boston University. Watch him run 2:05, 2:04 over the last 800. This should be no problem for him. And look at Arasa and Bouchard trying to go behind them. Some moves trying to be made to keep this thing close, but man, 58.9 his last lap, 11:45. That pace now at 13:21, so just a second under world standard pace. Watch out, Yomif Kejelcha, one of the best runners in the world, all-time best miler.
Just tore
indoors.
This race apart, Ryan, and he's going to take the bell at 12:14. Keep an eye on the clock.
14. So 57 his last 400 from that point.
Kejelcha just accelerated and accelerated some more. And he is going to cruise to this Payton Jordan title. 300 meters to go.
So
Arasa hanging real tough in second ahead of Bouchard.
And we're going to get this split for Kejelcha. He was 11:45 last lap. Right now he's at 12:42, 12:43. So that was a 57. So 57 seconds for Kejelcha.
13:14 the projected pace. So that's just
wow. Watch out for that Olympic standard.
Exactly, just a half a second. But this is Yomif Kejelcha. We knew he was going to be able to control this race.
He's going to get it well within it. 13:04, 05. Here he comes, Yomif Kejelcha. Here he comes, Olympic standard, 13:10. Kirabel Arasa, he's going to pull some guys to the world standard. Arasa's there. Then you got Bouchard, and then Kameli finishes up good. Looked like that might have been Hendricks maybe behind them. So Kejelcha 13:10, Arasa 13:17, Bouchard 13:18, Kameli 13:18, Hendricks 13:19. Justin Knight gets the standard for Worlds at 13:20. Drew Hunter, a huge PR. What is that, 28-second PR for Drew Hunter?
Yeah.
He's going to get the standard for Worlds. Geraldo gets the standard for Worlds. Gooseman gets it. You all get a car. Everyone gets a car.
Ryan is Oprah. Ryan has transformed into Oprah.
There we go.
5,000 meters.
Look at this. Jenkins gets it. 13:21.71. And Tessima, the first guy over, or no, 22:50. So Parsons even gets it. The first 12 guys off of this slow pace get it. Tyler Day comes back after being back in the pack and runs 13:25.
15-second personal best for Tyler Day.
God, so they knew what they were doing back there. Look at Grijalva, 13:37. Wow. So for Grijalva, that was a 12-second PR.